Welcome to week 3. You can't see that, I've got gloves on. Welcome to week 3 of my training, and today is run commute day. Let me catch you up on how the week's been so far. So Tuesday's GTR session, Guildford Trail Runners, it was phenomenal, one of my favourite sessions in a long time. Here's the overlay of Strava. Nice chunk of elevation, really nice sights, a couple of pictures as well for your viewing pleasure, and yeah, had a great time. Wednesday, last night, typically a little 5k recovery. Family things, I say got in the way, they didn't. Family things came up and they took precedence over my running, which means today I've got to just build up that additional mileage to make sure I'm staying accountable for my weekly distance. So I'm just doing an extra few k one way, and we'll do the same on the way back this evening. I'm really looking forward to this weekend and getting out for an extended long run. So it's pretty exciting actually. I'm feeling very strong, feeling mentally fantastic. So yeah, roll on weekend. So here we are, end of the day, running home. Beautiful blue sky, had this nice kind of orange burning sunset over the horizon. Just running home, feeling pretty knackered after a day of work. So actually this is quite nice, just to give me a little boost of energy, wake me up. Mentally a long day, so physically it's quite nice to have a bit of a shakeout. Definitely getting used to this run commute lifestyle. Typically I'll be running home before darkness sets in, but not every day can be predicted, and today's a long one. I am definitely committing the cardinal sin. I'm not bright enough, and it's just struck me that yeah, I made a mistake there, but thankfully it's relatively well lit and I am running on pavement, but nevertheless, no excuses. Keep yourself seen, make it obvious to oncoming traffic, especially bike riders who seem to come out of nowhere without any lights on. Looking forward to the weekend, getting a chunk of elevation, hopefully hitting the trails, and then a nice back-to-back on Sunday. So I'll catch up with you in a few days' time. Good morning. Saturday long run, out the door at 5:30 AM. The aim today is to get into elevation. That may well compromise the distance given the time frame I have allowed this morning, but elevation nonetheless is key today. So I'll catch up with you when we get a little bit more variety in the environment to look at. I doubt we'll get much light this morning, but stick with me, I'll see what I can do for you. This hill is the leg burner. Definitely not fit enough to jog it yet. One day, but right now I'm just pacing it up here, getting some initial elevation in for the start of this run. This is a good one to come to at the end of a run, because I suppose it probably replicates most the kind of gradient that I face towards the latter half of North Downs Way 50. You won't see a lot from the top, but that's the view at 6 in the morning. Pretty amazing, isn't it? I'm sure very soon the sun will break, but for now we've got some flat to take in, and then down the fields and back up for some more climbs. Running down a farmer's field now. My feet are caked in so much clay-like mud, it feels like actually pulling my shoes off. So down here, I'm going to hang a left and head back towards the town, and then to one of our favourite spots that you see in this channel, St Martha's Hill, the place that I spend a lot of time with the Guildford Trail Runners. We're off the trails, back over there, and now we're heading down to the river. Unfortunately, it's still very dark. It's about 6:15 in the morning now. So let's go a mile so far. Just at 9k, about 54 minutes, over 100 metres of elevation. So very, very pleased. Very pleased. It's a lovely part of the North Downs Way. This is the bridge over Guildford, but yep, can't see anything. I thought we might have a bit of light for me to show you the church, but no such luck. So St Martha's Church anyway. Now on to Newlands Corner. Elevation currently 330. So in case you're wondering, it's about -1, but I'm plenty warm enough. People have asked me actually in DMs since the last video, what's it like running with a head torch? Does anything kind of frighten or scare you? To be honest with you, if you're somebody who doesn't like seeing sets of eyes in the woods, that'll probably unsettle you. It's when there's multiple sets of eyes that can be an issue. But actually the biggest thing for me is dogs. I'm not frightened of dogs at all, but often you see the dog before the owner, and when you come bounding out of the trees, you don't know the temperament of the dog. It's not very nice for either of you to be faced with that situation. So yeah, that's the only thing that I think twice about, but more for, you know, their sake than my sake, because obviously if I scare them, that's kind of my doing. So I just try and manage that as best I can. Sometimes the owner's illuminated, but often they're not, just creeping about in the dark. But otherwise, you know, you just got to settle into it, trust your footwear. And the other thing as well for me is being able to assess the terrain underneath my feet. Sometimes it's hard to know whether the mud is firm or soft, and so because of that sometimes you put your foot down expecting it to be slightly more solid and it isn't. Just had a chat with a very nice guy on a bike. You probably can't see him, but his opening words to me were, "Are you mad?" And I said to him, "Are you mad?" He said, "I've been up since 6. I said, "Well, I've been up since 4:30. Trying to outdo each other. But he's helping with a local race this morning, 21k up around these hills. If it wasn't for family commitments, I would have taken part in that, because it would have been nice to just be in race conditions and tackle the elevation. But obviously, like I mentioned before, my family will always come first, always. So it's about me just finding that nice balance by getting runs in and make sure I can commit as much time to them as possible, because they're very important to me. 450 metres of elevation. There's the Surrey Hills. I was over there earlier, and then over there at the start of the morning. So the sun is starting to break through. I've actually got colder walk up these hills, but nearly at the top, and then it's quite a bit of downhill all the way home, and that will then see me through today. Not entirely sure what the overall elevation will be, and distance. At the moment we're at 16.5k, but actually if it's slightly shorter than anticipated, I'm very pleased to have the elevation. So all good, all good. You can see now the racers coming in for today's run series, and just met a guy called Sam, so hope it goes well for everyone. I'm just at Newlands Corner. You can see they're going to be starting relatively soon, and it is still dark. The sun is coming through though, thankfully, as I mentioned. But for me, it's homeward bound. Maybe next time. And then there was light, just as I'm getting towards the end of my run. But what a run it's been. Really thrilled with my personal progress. Like I say, it's been a long time since I've done a long run where I felt really fit and healthy, and there's a lot of hills today, a lot of elevation. I'll put the final numbers on the screen now, because this will be the end of my video for today, and then tomorrow it's that kind of recovery style run, probably pretty flat, and that noise is family now saying, "Hello, where's your face? It's not in this house." So up against it slightly, but I'll catch you tomorrow for some more fun. Hello Sunday. So here it is, the nice residential relaxed Sunday run. About 10k today. Like I say, it's just out to build up the mileage for the week, but also just loosen the legs up after the long runs I do on Saturdays. If you've got this far in the video, please drop a comment below with the word avocado. Why? Because I'm just trying to get a grasp of whether these videos are too long or not, I try to be as concise as possible, but also I need to try and tell the journey of my week. So inevitably that means that sometimes the videos are longer. But yeah, avocado to let me know you got this far. So this week's mileage is about 5 or 6% more than last week. But when you consider where I was 3 weeks ago, it's a significant improvement. The elevation, however, is double that of last week. Just over 1,000 metres across all the runs. So I'm absolutely elated. I'm humble enough to know that not every run will be good and not every week will be great, but for me this has been quite a significant week because it shows me that progress is being made. The fitness is starting to come back and I'm feeling very good about myself, which is key this early on in the process. I'm making a concerted effort on Sundays when my legs are tired to run with the best form I can. I don't want to get into the habit of running with the ultra run shuffle on those recovery days. I don't want my mind to assume that it's okay when legs are tired, you just drop all levels of form and you shuffle and crawl. No, no, no. However, I've just gone through 5k in 27 minutes. Ideally where I want to be on a 5k for Sunday runs is about 30 minutes. Again, when I focus on form, the pace naturally increases. The cadence is far improved and I feel more fluid. I certainly don't feel like I'm struggling. I actually feel very, very comfortable, and because of that I'm running much faster than I would typically anticipate to. As I reach the turnaround point for this run today, just want to say thanks again for your ongoing support. I'm really looking forward to race day and to achieving that sub 10. It's going to be hard work. It's going to include a lot of early morning runs, late night runs, and a lot of probably a lot of heartache, but I'm visualising already how it's going to look to cross that line and to be able to say I did it, I did it. So as the cars whiz by, bid you farewell, see you next week. As always, love you.